Hi, welcome to part 2 of the video titled Not Bathing After Childbirth, Myth or Fact. For new viewers who may have missed part 1, please type the title in your search bar. Let's get back to where we left off. After delivery, a woman loses blood. She sweats a lot. Her pores are open and remain so for an extended period. Her internal immunity becomes compromised due to drug administration during delivery, loss of blood and energy. This situation becomes worse if she had a difficult delivery and there was substantial blood loss. The inside cannot control and nourish the outside as it should. Consequently, the way chi, that's the outside chi, or energy traveling in the skin, muscles, and sinews, is no longer at its optimum and therefore has lost its ability to adequately protect the body from outside pathogenic factors. She just becomes susceptible to those factors. There's trauma of her pelvic tissues, her cervix, and other reproductive organs, just like her pores, remain open for an extended period. Furthermore, they become lax and in some cases collapse from weakness or from pushing and straining, indicating an internal deficiency and coldness, and also a susceptibility to those same environmental factors mentioned above. It takes time for things to normalize. Her cervix and other reproductive organs gradually return to their original state. Her pores likewise remain open for a number of days. Isn't this how nature works? After trauma, doesn't it take time before we heal? Why is the concept of time and healing not useful in this situation? Because of her weakened and cold state after delivery, being exposed to coldness, wind, dampness, wetness, etc., may cause harm. This situation may not affect all women immediately or on the same level because of the difference in their immunity or constitution. The difficulty of delivery, drug administration, etc. At times, this situation may not affect all women immediately or on the same level because of the difference in their immunity or constitution. The difficulty of the delivery, drug administration, etc. At times, the effect is felt much later. Many times after delivery, there's postpartum endometriosis, what the general populace may term lining cold, or there may be other types of postpartum problems, even though the delivery was not problematic. Generally, during the process of delivery, sterilization is at its optimum and antibiotics are often given because of tearing and sometimes surgical procedures that were deemed necessary. One would think that after all those precautions, there should be no complications, especially after the delivery went well. Nevertheless, many times after a successful delivery, women develop postpartum issues a few days after with no perceivable cause, conditions that are at times baffling to the best medical minds of Western medicine. The degree of deficiency after delivery is dependent on the difficulty of the delivery, her overall health, her diet, and also on drugs used during pregnancy. As I've pointed out before, the degree of deficiency after delivery is dependent on the difficulty of the delivery, the woman's overall health, her diet, and also on drugs used during pregnancy. In this situation, she's more susceptible to the environmental factors, especially wind, cold, and damp. After delivery, a woman is seen as having a cold conformation because of the loss of blood and chi, two elements which are considered necessary to keep the body warm. To protect the body, one should generally avoid foods that are cold, such as ice cream, yogurt, raw vegetables, smoothies, cold water, melons, cucumbers, salads, bananas. Food should be warming. Washing the hair, walking barefooted, direct exposures to fan and ACs are not recommended. One should avoid lifting heavy objects and too much physical work. Even sexual activities should be curtailed for a while because of the state of the reproductive organs after delivery. While all of the above are necessary, one must also recognize the importance of proper hygiene. Nevertheless, at times, self-preservation is more important than hygiene. If, however, it's necessary to bathe, short baths should be taken. Avoid bathing with cold water, and after bathing, one needs to ensure that the body is properly dried. It is also prudent to put on socks after bathing and to keep oneself warm and adequately clothed. Failure to heed these practical common sense and time-honored guidelines may result in various types of health issues, both immediately and long-term. How many times have women had quick conception, made a first child relatively easy without complications, and thereafter find it very difficult to conceive a second time or conceive after, even though she has the same partner and they both are considered to be in the pink of health? I think that after this explanation, it is easier to understand why the sitting over warm hot plum or guava leaf decoction, a normal practice performed in the Caribbean and in the rest of the developing world before common sense lost its relevance. The same way breastfeeding had almost been replaced by baby formula. The process of steaming the vaginal area was employed with the purpose of constricting and pulling back the womb to its normal size, so to speak. It should now be more easy to comprehend why midwives of long ago employed this process, together with the wrapping of the lower abdomen of women immediately after delivery. This was to provide support for a weakened core, to hold the organs in place, to support the muscles and tissues in that area, and to protect the reproductive area from cold, wind, and dampness, and also to prevent prolapse. Questions to consider. When we break bones in our feet, we use crutches to help us to walk and to take the weight off our feet. We wear neck braces for neck injuries, belts to support our backs if there is a feeling of weakness and pain. After sprains and dislocations and certain types of trauma, don't we bandage and stabilize the affected parts to protect the affected area and to effect proper healing? Is it not prudent to bandage and support the lower abdominal area after the traumatic effects of parturition in order to facilitate proper healing and normality? These were common sense, holistic approach to postpartum care. If we need to take those precautions after traumas to various parts of the body, why do we behave it's a crime or medieval to wrap and support our abdominal area after childbirth? Do you still think bathing after childbirth is an old wife tale? Do you still think there was no purpose and method in the postpartum care of the people of long ago? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm eagerly looking forward to hearing from you. We have once again come to the end of another interesting herbal tutorial. I have enjoyed doing this video and bringing this information to you all. I hope you enjoyed it too. It's always disappointed when you have to come to the end of something you love doing, but that's life. According to Jan Allen, don't beat up. I'll be seeing you again soon, Jehovah's willing, with more such thought-provoking and enlightening videos. Ciao ciao, ci vediamo prestissimo, meaning bye bye, see you soon. Here are some useful herbs and substances prepared and used externally to treat some postpartum issues. Guava leaves, Psidium guava, used for prolapse and discharges. Hock plum leaves, Spondius mombin, for prolapse and discharges. Turmeric, Curcuma longa, abdominal pains and bruises. Nutgrass, Cyperus rotundus, abdominal pains and distension. Castor oil roots, Ricinus communis, for prolapse. Vinegar, that's rice vinegar, for abdominal pains and discharges. Ferula fotida, abdominal pains and distension. Marigold flowers, Tagetes erecta, for cuts, bruises, pains. Christmas bush, Eupatorium odoratum, for hemorrhoids